gosh. Hi. Welcome back. It's another gorgeous week here. My breast is hanging out of my blouse. Can you believe such things are happening? It's because I wear these gross Amazon tank tops. I didn't buy these. My boyfriend bought these. And every time he wears one, I remind him how ugly I think they are. And here I am wearing the blouse, donning the stringy tank. But you know why I do it? It's because... And I used to judge the men for wearing the tanks because I would think, why bother wearing a shirt, right? That's what you're all thinking. It's not because I'm trying to be naked. I am, but that's not why. I wear it because if you go to the gym, you understand that range of motion is very important. Form and range of motion is the most important thing, more important than the weight you're lifting. Girlies, you know, the girls who know. So... Personally, for me, I hate wearing t-shirts because they rub my armpits and then I get self-conscious that my deodorant rubs off and then I smell. Also, in the gym, I can't move as freely and I can't see if I'm doing workouts correctly if my skin is covered by a t-shirt. Also, plot twist, if you're working out a specific muscle group, you can touch that muscle with your hand and it will feel warm to the touch if you're doing it correctly. Because it's a literal burn. And the more can you believe I went to school for musical theater? Isn't that wild? This is what they taught me at community college. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. What if I ended the episode now? What if this was a TikTok-sized episode? You bitches love these little songs that are 2 minutes long. I'm over here giving you an hour. You could be more grateful, I think. Please rate and review this podcast. Give me 5 stars. Write a nice review. You can call me and leave me a voicemail, and that phone number is 424-431-1456. We're going to move the show right along and bring in our guest. Today we are here with your current reigning Miss Comedy Queen 2023. It is Patty BouRey.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going? You're stoning? Oh my god.
I am stoning. Just a little sensible 3000s 20SS AB rhinestones and a little costume that I will do the absolute least in. So
Oh, that's my favorite.
it's great. It's great.
It's the best part of drag. You wear something really pretty and just do the bare minimum and they give you
Well,
money.
I was going to wear this to the gym because it has free range of movement.
Yeah. And you're using the good E6000, the stretchy one with
I
a little
am.
applicator tip. I love that one.
Yes. You order the multi-pack off Amazon. It's better for you.
Yes. My boyfriend is a designer for all of the queens, and he likes to use the one that's in the silver pack. You know the one.
Yeah,
And I don't like it because it leaves webs, like strings everywhere.
Yeah. And
But
if you
he
get that
likes
on
it.
your skin, and it is like goodbye.
Cancer.
Goodbye. It also
It's
tastes
too
really
much.
bad.
So do poppers, coincidentally.
I have never tasted poppers.
You never
What
just go to the orgy
what
and go,
are
man, this tastes gross.
what are poppers? I don't know about poppers.
Poppers, well, if you're probably really ahead of your time and you don't own a VCR, but I exclusively only watch TV and film on VHS.
Oh, work.
Even YouTube videos and TikToks that I want to see, I have to have them placed somehow into a VHS to watch to accommodate all of the VCR cleaner that I have in my bedroom.
I mean, you have to use it
You have
for what
to.
it's for.
Yeah. And that also burns when you get it on your skin.
Oh, I don't think man, maybe I've just been really careful.
You're probably a really responsible adult.
I don't know about that,
You're
but
probably a very smart, intelligent, well-adjusted, emotionally stable adult.
maybe I'm just really vanilla. So everything's super careful.
I mean, I've also done VCR cleaner. I've done VCR cleaner socially amongst friends without even,
Yeah,
any
at
of
the
that
club,
happening. Yeah.
straight women love to just clean their VCR at the club.
They
So
really love to bring their entire VCR. I do too, but it's awkward for me because I got one of those TVs that has the VCR built into it, so I gotta carry the
it's
whole
built
thing.
into it. Yeah, well, that was efficient for the price, so it's great. It's great.
Yes. Are you at home? You're at home right now in Oklahoma.
I am at home in Oklahoma. It is not as hot as it has been, but it is still very hot today.
Here it is 101 degrees.
Oof. I think you have us beat today.
A
But
sensible.
yours is a dry heat, right? And where are you in
Yeah.
California?
I'm right out. I'm like, okay. I'm like 20 to 25 minutes outside of downtown LA.
Oh, okay. I've been to LA before.
Did you come here for the gigs?
No, long story short, I used to live in New York City, and I worked like my little side hustle gig was working for this traveling sample sale, and one
Oh.
of our stops was in LA, and we stayed like I was a block away from the Hollywood Boulevard. That's where the stars are.
Oh, yes, yes,
The,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah, so it was not the best first experience with LA or West Hollywood or any of that because I was very tired. We were working a lot. We ended up working like 48 hours in a total of 3 days. Like it's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but I'd love to come and enjoy it like on a vacation and not while I'm stressed out trying to organize 7,000 pairs of shoes.
Yeah. And nobody wants to smell the pee smell that is Hollywood Boulevard.
Well, don't say nobody.
Let me make everybody feel included here.
You never know. I
You
don't.
really don't.
It's the Times Square of a hot place.
It kind of is a lot like what Times Square is. It's Hollywood Boulevard here.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
We all avoid it.
characters, all of that.
The
But
cosplay.
I liked seeing all the things that like I have seen on TV or in the movies or whatever, like the Hollywood sign and the oh man, the Chinese theater, is that what it's called?
I think that is what it's called. I've never been there, but
Okay,
I've driven past it. It's so pretty.
like that was pretty cool. Um, and yeah, other than that, I just worked and got drunk, so it was I guess what people do in LA. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all anybody here does. Sometimes I forget when I'm at places and I look out the window and I see the Hollywood sign. I'm like, you all know the Hollywood sign's just like right here next to your home, and they're just like they don't care or notice.
Right? And it was a thing that I saw.
It's still really cool going down the freeway and looking over and being like, oh shit, there it is.
Ooh, excuse me, I'm burping. How great.
It's
Just get
okay.
yeah.
I've
Record
been
that audio. I'm
farting this
gonna
whole
put
time.
it on my OnlyFans. It'll be awesome.
There are people who do those sorts of things with farts. Have you seen this?
No.
There are
Maybe
people who do this.
I am too vanilla, I think.
I stumble into the wrong side of Twitter way too often.
Oh my God.
People
Not
will
that.
pay hot guys to pump air into them and expel it.
I mean, maybe I could just put my gluten intolerance to good use
You
and
could.
make some money because
Yeah, people just send you Panera Bread gift cards.
uh no, this sounds like a good job. Wait, hold on.
This is very lucrative. I think we have a possible career shift for you.
Because I love Panera Bread. I love
So
eating
good.
and I love money. So what am I doing?
Yeah.
I I was gonna get on the feet finder because I have nice feet apparently. Um, but you have to pay to use it. Like you have to pay to be a person
Oh,
who puts content on it. And I was
you
like,
gotta pay
no, I'm
your
not doing
feet
that.
dues,
Yeah,
the union
your
dues.
fees. Yeah. And I was like, no, that's okay. I'll just cross dress, I guess.
Yeah, that's very lucrative. I only did it for the money, to be honest.
That's why everyone does it, right? Because
Yeah.
we're all millionaires. It's
That's what people
crazy,
think with these booking fees.
right?
They're like, you already have money. You don't need it.
Well, don't come to Oklahoma.
Why do they pay high dollar there or
Oh no, no.
no? LA's really bad.
Is it?
Yeah, you think a lot of these big venues would pay, but they pay like $50 for two numbers, which is
Oh.
not really a lot.
It's like $40 for three or four numbers here. So,
Oh, that's slightly worse.
but all these places are probably like, especially in LA, I would imagine they're saving their money because they pretty regularly book Rue girls, right?
Yeah, that's the gag is when you're on a lineup with a Rue girl and you're only making like 50 or $75, but you know that they're making more like $1 million.
Right. I'm not going to say who I did a show with, but let's say I got paid 100 as a national title holder, and they got paid $18,000
What the fuck?
because they were a RuPaul person. Um, so I'm gonna need to get on this show,
So the money is there. We know that they have the money.
right?
That's such a
But
thing.
I know that's crazy.
It
And
is so wild.
yeah, but I mean, good for them, right? Making
They
the
did
money,
it, you
they
know?
did it. And I'm here stoning cabaret mesh with stones I bought off Amazon.
You're living the
So
dream, you know?
I think so. I think, and I'll probably DoorDash myself something that I can't really afford. So it's great.
That sounds great, actually. I've been craving all the really like bad foods lately, and I want something.
Yeah, I just got home from New Orleans yesterday,
How was that?
and it was very hot. Um, it was fun though. like that's one of those places that you see on TV and movies, and I don't know. I thought everything was going to be so much bigger, but all the houses are like so tiny and crammed up against each other. And I just kept walking around going like, this place is so weird. This place is so weird. It's so wild. Um, but I liked it. It was a fun city. Made some new friends and uh, made a little money. Um, ate some decent food, but yeah, it was very hot.
Ooh, there's like they do the humidity hot out there. It's like wet hot.
Yeah, and this weekend is Southern Decadence, which I guess is like the biggest non-pride gay party in the
Oh,
South.
I didn't
Um,
know they did those sorts of things there.
yeah, it's apparently really raunchy and dirty, and so it was kind of slow last week, and that's people were like, well, next weekend Southern Decadence, so no one's really out this weekend. So,
Oh, I need to
and it
go
gets
to
crazy,
that.
right?
That
I
sounds
was like,
fun.
well, why didn't I get booked next week?
They got all the Rue girls coming next week.
So probably.
I
I
once
said, well,
did a
you can spare
gig.
$100.
Literally, I did a brunch in Palm Springs that happened to be the weekend that all of the girls left for filming for Drag Race.
Oh,
All Stars. And I
okay.
was so excited to meet this one specific queen because we'd never met before, and she's a Rue girl. And I get there and she's not there, and then I realized, oh, that's right. Today's the day they're supposed to disappear. And that was how I
Mm.
figured out that she was on because she didn't show up, but they let us split her fee,
Oh, work.
which is very nice. We did have to do a
That
fourth
was
number.
nice. Well, you're already in face and body and everything. So
Yeah, you might as
what's
well.
what's 3 more minutes?
Yeah, it was fine. It ended up being great.
Well, that is fun. See, in Oklahoma, we don't get any of that tea of who's on the show, who's rumored to be here. It's always a surprise.
I like that though. Here it's like by the time the girls come back, we all know the elimination order, we all know the challenges, we know what people
Oh,
wore. It's
that's
hard
not
to
fun.
avoid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like I was at an event at I wasn't in drag, but my friend was there and she came up to me and she's she's like she just starts whispering in my ear the entire cast of the next All Star season. And I was just like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Um,
whoa. I
was
didn't
that the most recent
ask.
one that happened?
That the one that she told me is the one that hasn't aired yet. I think that's 9.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, look at that. They're
But
already doing it.
yeah, they can't keep a secret here.
No,
It's
even though
really
they signed the
hard.
paperwork.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible for people not to notice when people go missing.
That's fair, especially if they're working a lot and constantly and have a big presence, which is what they want, so they can make more money as people who have a big following.
Facts. It's too much. When did you start drag?
I started drag in COVID, so I've only been doing it about 3 years.
Work.
And yeah, I kind of just went to an open talent night, and people were like, "There's no way this was the first time I've ever done drag." And I was like, "Well, I promise you it is." Um, and then I did a couple more open talent nights, and about 2 months into drag, a bar offered me my own show, and I did that show for like 2 years, and yeah, then I started doing Comedy Queen. I did that last year, and I got ninth overall. And then this year, I went back and I won the whole thing. So,
As you do.
right, I came back with a vengeance. So,
Interesting.
and so to tell people about Comedy Queen, there are multiple preliminaries that you can enter to earn your ticket to go to nationals. And the winner and the first alternate automatically get a ticket to compete at nationals. And the prelim I went to go do was in Orlando, and I actually ended up getting second. I did not win my prelim. And that made me the first national winner in history to compete and win at nationals as a first alternate.
See, kids, it can happen.
So you never know. You just got to have the wherewithal to say, "Hold my beer."
Literally. Or in my case, hold my non-alcoholic flat water over ice.
Oh, she's the sober girl.
Yeah, I take sobriety to an extreme where I only drink water. I don't even like things that are carbonated.
Okay, that's perfectly fair. I mean, I should be doing that, but I don't. So
It's too
good
much.
for
I tried to
you.
drink something. I had like a carbonated pre-workout drink the other day, and it like made me burp so loud.
I've
It's not
slowed
fun.
down on my soda intake, but I still drink it. But I definitely still drink alcohol all the time. Um,
You should. You deserve it.
why not?
Drag is hard.
Something is something. Everyone's gonna die from something. If mine's alcohol, so be it.
Not a bad way to go. And I hear it helps with the pain of the heels.
Right? You may not even know you died. So
You just think you're dreaming. You
exactly.
just think, oh, this is heaven. Woo! And you're there.
Work. And you're gonna compete for Comedy Queen, right?
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes. So because there are no prelims in California, two of us are going. It's myself and Antibiotics. We're both going to
Yes.
nationals to
Well,
slay the stage.
we need to change the whole no prelims in California thing because there's so
Yes,
much of California.
there is. And there's so many amazing, funny queens in LA alone and in San Francisco that it's criminal.
Yeah. I just don't have the connections in California. So I
Well,
I have been fortunate enough to gain I think 6 new prelims this year.
that's incredible.
Um, so I've been working my butt off and really calling in all the favors. Um, but we'll see. I really wanted to have 30 contestants at nationals because the past 2 years have been kind of low um, with contestant attendance, and this is something that needs to be uh, bigger. Like it's something really cool, really important, really different, um, and really highlights not only pageantry but camp and comedy and um, just art in general. Like you really have to be someone who is good at pageants but can think outside of the box while staying inside certain parameters, if that makes sense. So
Totally.
you have to be really smart. So I
And,
tell people all the time.
you know, I might know a guy who may be able to help with prelims in California.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we'll talk.
okay, okay. You don't want to do business. Let's just do our business right here on the podcast.
So yeah, here's my investment portfolio.
So, yeah, you've actually all been listening to one long pitch
This
for
is an
a
AM
prelim in
radio.
California.
Yeah. I mean, I was I know people who have done Gay America, US of A, Continental, all those things that we're
Hmm.
just barely getting prelims for those in Southern California, and
Yeah.
it's totally, it elevates the whole local drag economy. It makes people excited again.
Hmm. It
It's
and
fun.
it's such a good way to like invest your time as a drag performer. Like, instead of just going to just solely doing gigs, like this is something you can make your passion project. This is something you can do like um you can invest your money in and then have some really good pieces for later on in your drag and have good hair and make connections because even last year when I got ninth at nationals, I still got to work all over the country because of the connections I made at nationals. Um, so it's such a good way to continue growing the whole world of drag through pageantry, which sounds so stupid, but it's
It's
true.
true. It's important. If we all want to survive and we want to make money and we want to make life easier for people below us to come up and do the thing,
Hmm.
that's what
And
we gotta do.
I had heard that recently about California is that pageants aren't a huge thing yet there, which is weird to me because I feel like there's so much drag.
There is so much drag, and that was sort of odd to me as well. But prelims that I've gone to for other systems, there's been so many times where there's only two contestants,
Mm.
and
I mean, that happens.
you both go to nationals. Slay.
Work. So I don't know what system I'll be doing next, but I definitely am getting the like urge to do another pageant.
Oh, I was gonna
As if
ask you about that. I feel like sounds like it would be exhausting, but you're ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I am very competitive, so it's just very fun to get to be competitive and be artistic. So that I just love it, and people are going to be like, "Oh God, what a first world problem you have." But like that's the thing that kind of sucks about being a national title holder is you really can't compete for other things for like a whole year.
That's
Um,
true.
so I know I should just be happy that I won, and I am, but also I'm like I need to feed the competitive side of myself. So
Yeah. You're a person and you need to be fulfilled. And that's okay.
exactly, single men out there, you
Hello.
heard it, you heard it. I
Hello,
need to
she's
be
available.
fulfilled.
Hit the
Well,
contact button.
she's booked and blessed, but sometimes she's available. Like
So,
Tuesdays and Wednesdays usually I'm free.
Tuesday, Wednesday, those are the 2 days.
Yeah.
So,
So
how was prep for Miss Comedy Queen? It I'm sort of in the early stages and I'm having a lot of fun thinking about what I'm going to do, but I don't I'm it seems
yeah.
like it's a lot.
So I I don't know if this is good advice, but I always tell people to like get your ideas, but leave a little wiggle room. Like it's hard to commit to something for a year. You know what I mean? Like if I had my gown idea, am I really going to be in love with that when nationals comes around? Like
Not me.
if I if I qualify 9 months before nationals, am I going to be in love with the idea I have right now for my outrageous evening gown? Or is someone going to do my idea on Drag Race this year before nationals, and then I'm going to show up and be like, well, looks like I'm just copying this person. Um, so I love to tell people be in love with your ideas, be invested in your ideas, but have a little wiggle room, have a plan B, because you never know what's going to happen between now and then. Like my talent, I ended up pulling my hamstring like 2.5 weeks before nationals and had to come up with a completely new talent for prelim night, um,
Oh,
which
that's why you had the
was
crutch.
wild. So yeah. So I decided I was like, I'm gonna turn lemons into lemonade. And luckily, it was just a pull. And so by the time nationals came around, I was able to walk fine. I really probably could have done a little bit more dancing and things, but of course, it's my health. I don't want to totally risk it. Um, so I just said, you know what? Let me just turn this inconvenience into a national title. So,
And it worked. I watched the full 4-hour video of last year's pageant.
oh
It
yes,
was
it is still available
enthralling.
online.
Yeah, it was so good.
It's so much fun to watch. And if you're in the Orlando area or, um, within 2 or so hours, if and you want to come watch Final Night, like it is so worth it. The tickets definitely worth the 4 hours of entertainment you're gonna get. So,
Yeah, it was great. It's totally different from other pageants that I've been to because it
mhm.
is Miss Comedy and all of the hosts throughout the night are funny people who've either won or are related to the system in some way. Also, multiple hosts throughout the night. That I love.
Yes, they have different hosts for different categories, which I'm hoping they love me enough to let me do that in the future because I love to talk. So,
Oh my god, yes. That's the gag.
um, but it's also cool because formers are people like Ginger Minge and Tina Burner, who people just love drag and love Drag Race. They'll recognize those names, and like I got to meet and be judged by Ginger Minge for the prelim I did. And she came up to me afterward and she was like, I just want to let you know that I am such a fan of yours now. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're a fan of mine?
Wow, I would
Because,
die.
like, she's definitely someone, even though she's about 3 feet shorter than me, that I look up to. So,
Yeah, I was gonna ask how that how that height difference was.
yes, if you don't know, I am 6'6" tall, and she's about 4'11", 5 foot.
Wow. Yeah, I think she is
So,
below 5 feet. I've heard, I've seen her in like I've walked past her and we've been in the same room before, but I don't remember how like the height because we were all in drag, so like you never
yeah,
know. That is
she's extremely
crazy.
sweet. She's very nice, and I'm in a little family with her now. So,
That's iconic. And who knows? I really want to one day host prelims, regardless of the
mhm.
system, because it just sounds like such a fun gig. Although Flame Monroe kind of is like the prelim host of Southern California,
Oh, okay.
and she slays. She's one of my favorite people. I love her.
Hosting a pageant is its own talent in itself. I mean, you've got to stick to the time and keep everyone entertained while not moving too quickly, and like that's that is a special skill.
It is wild, but I'm excited to see what happens and what's next, and hopefully California gets some prelims and everybody is happy and merry, and we build a cake out of rainbows and smiles.
Perfect, because that's everyone's goal.
Yeah.
To eat
So
cake.
so for between now and March, are you still going to be flying around a bunch to prelims?
I am. So we've actually only had one prelim so far. Um, and let's see, where am I going next? So September 8th coming up is the Memphis prelim. And then September 11th is the Dallas prelim. And at the end of September, September 25th, I believe, is the Southeast Comedy Queen in Orlando, Florida. I don't think there's any in October. There's like 5 in November.
And you have to go to
So
all
that's
of
going to be
them.
wild. I do, but it's fun. I get to choose like the promoter of the year and all of that situation. So it's their job to impress me and to treat me well and do a good job putting on their pageant. So,
Yes, that's such a fun gig.
right, I feel way more special than I probably am, but but
No, you should feel special. You are special, no matter what
I'm
anybody says.
special. That's right. That is right. Is there a
As you like,
category that you're
hmm.
like nervous for?
Um.
Because there's
Okay.
5 categories.
Yes. So there's presentation, which
Hmm.
I think I already have figured out.
Amazing. Don't tell me. Someone might steal it.
I won't tell you. Maybe I'll tell you another time
Yeah,
off the record because
yeah.
it's wild. Um, and then extravagant, outrageous evening gown. I have a couple ideas in mind.
Hmm.
I'm really excited for talent
Hmm.
because I think I have that figured out. Um, a little nervous to potentially do the 60-second spokesperson pitch,
It can
but
be intimidating.
I think I know how I will tackle it,
Okay.
and I think from what I saw based on watching you do it and watching videos of other people in the past do it, it helps to, I feel, have specific points to make.
Well, don't watch me. I got fourth in that category.
Yeah, but it was. I thought you did great. I thought you did great because a lot of the girls went over the time.
Yeah, and it was honestly a pretty strong, just collective 60-second category. Um, but yeah, I got fourth, so it's great. Whatever.
Yeah, but you won the whole damn thing, so
It's
it's
true. I
fine.
can't be too bad. I can't be too bad.
Yeah, I think you
Um,
did well. I think you did well for yourself.
for people who don't know, 60-second spokeswoman is a category unique to Comedy Queen where the contestant pulls a random item out of a bag and they have 60 seconds to sell it QVC style on a microphone to the audience and the judges. And really, the only rule is that you can't stop talking for 60 seconds. So, I mean, there's things that they want you to hit like during your little speech, but they're not really rules. So,
Can you see the timer? Because it's behind you on the
no,
screen, so you just hear the
yeah,
music.
yeah. You just hear the music and you just talk. So, um, it's a little scary. And like mine, my little timer was off, but I kind of knew that by listening to the track, and so I talked for like an extra couple of seconds to make, or I stopped early or something. I made up for the time, and so initially, one of the judges was wanting to like count off for that flub, but another judge was like, "No, she talked for the whole time, the whole 60 seconds." It was a little off of the like track, but it was still only 60 seconds. So
What was your item? It looks like a silicone back scratcher or brush.
yeah, it was one of those like
One of these.
those head those shampoo like loofah things that is rubber and all of that.
I have one of those for
So
my dog. It's like a de-shedder.
well, and I was just so that night is wild. The finals
Well,
night is wild.
well, by the time you get to the spokesperson part, you're probably already exhausted from everything else. That you're like, whatever.
Yes, you've already done a prelim night where you do four categories because you have interview that day, presentation, talent, and gown for your prelim night, and then final night you have um, if you make the top 10, you have talent and gown, and then if you make the top five, you do 60 second spokeswoman. So, and I was contestant number one, so I was going first in all these categories, uh, which I think worked in my favor. But so when they were calling the top 10, they were like, okay, we're going to call you all backwards. So then I'm the first one to go for talent, but I'm the last one to leave the stage. So I had the least amount of time to go put on like, God, I think I had to put on 6 costumes and a new
Yeah,
wig
those
and bring all my props
reveals.
on stage. Yeah. So the stage manager was like, "Are you ready?" And I said, I'm standing here naked. I'm not ready."
That is insanity.
So, but that's the theater kid in me. I did theater for like, I still do a little theater when I can, but I've done it for over 20 years. Um, I've done over 80 productions in some capacity, directing, choreographing, costumes, whatever.
Work.
Um, and it just kind of takes over in the fight or flight moments of passions.
A
So,
professional. Truly. Did you have
wow.
to prepare a separate package for prelim night, or did you do the same for nationals for both nights?
You don't have to. You can do the same package prelim night and final night. A lot of people will do the same package and just kind of elevate it for final night. because it is a much bigger stage, and you do have the element of a projector.
Oh, it's like in
I
a
mean,
proscenium theater,
yeah.
but not the
So it's
prelim.
right. The prelim is in a bar that holds, there might be 120 people in the bar. But the final night stage seats, I think, 400. So if it's full, like you have to be able to fill a whole theater of whatever you're doing. So that's something to keep in mind too for final night is that it is a much bigger stage. So don't go small.
Slay. Just slay. Don't go small. Slay. That's the title of this
Yeah.
episode. Don't go small. Slay.
I
Clean
love
that
it.
VCR.
That's right.
We have reached the halfway point already.
Okay.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Miss Patty BouRey. Slay.
Work.
Hi, and welcome to the ASMR ad break. This is the soothing sound of you giving this podcast a nice review and a 5-star rating. This is you doing the same 5-star rating with a full set of acrylics. And now, here's the sensuous sound of you sharing this podcast with all of your friends. Now, here's the sound of you sharing this podcast with all your friends with a fresh set of acrylic nails. Wasn't that nice? Feel free to try it for yourself after this episode. Now back to the show. Oh, hi, welcome back. We're back with Patricia Marie BouRey. I think that's your full legal name, right?
It differs from Marie and Anne. I just whatever I'm in the mood for, the middle name changes. So
I love a southern name.
yeah, it's
Middle
weird
name
because
Faye.
no one knows if Oklahoma is the South or if it's the Midwest or what it is. So I just get to kind of say whatever I want.
Yeah, because it technically is below the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
So we can assume there were plantations there.
So well, there were the Trail of Tears happened here.
Oh. So it's a
So
great place to go cry.
A little bit different, but kind of the same.
Oh man. Certainly. Let's how do I segue from that?
So we're just gonna talk about history for 30 minutes, right?
Exactly. Let's talk about musical theater history.
Oh, perfect. The only class ever that I've gotten over 100% in.
Fabulous. Did you study musical theater in school?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
That's
like
why,
a good little homo.
That's why I'm a successful drag queen.
I feel that way as well because I also went to school for theater, and sometimes I can walk into a dressing room and meet a queen, and I can say, "Oh, you've never done like a theater camp before,
right?"
As a kid,
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing. Did you study for like performing, or were you more into the technical side?
I could not tell you if I ever took a technical theater class besides like the shop class that was required of us.
That's a fun one.
So like I never took makeup, I never took Uh, I mean, I kind of grew up with a like a do-it-yourself kind of dad who like I learned how to use power tools. I was using power tools all my life. Like that was never a thing. If they needed help building stuff, I just kind of jumped in. I didn't take the class. Um, but yeah, I can't remember any technical theater classes that I took besides just that shop class that was required of us. We had to have like shop hours. It wasn't really a class, but
Oh yeah, we had to do that too. We had to. We did. I did so much. Because I did. We had like 3 or 4 semesters, like a track they would call it, of acting, of voice, and of dance. And so I did those. But then also you had to do a technical class. I think each semester you had to take one. So I did like stage management. I did makeup. I did scene painting. I did costuming. I
I
crewed a
wish I had
show.
taken a costume class. I
Oh my
wish I
god.
had taken sewing. I sew everything I make now, but like it's been a journey. So
Yeah, it really helped. I knew a little bit about sewing because my boyfriend's a designer, and so I kind of knew how to sew a little bit before him, but he really taught me a lot. And then school, they taught me how to make a circle skirt in 10 minutes without a pattern.
right, which is what I do mostly, circle skirts.
They're perfect.
So wait, what's your boyfriend gonna make for me?
What he's gonna make is a mess in my house. He's great.
Wonderful.
He makes a lot of, he makes stuff for me, he makes stuff for other girls. So, but as he gets busier, the shoemaker's kids go barefoot, so I have to like sort of so
Fend for yourself.
yeah, it kind of becomes that way sometimes. I did start a dress like 3 weeks ago, and I got as far as putting the pattern on top of the fabric. Next month I'll
That's
cut it.
good. That's a start, and it can just lay there until you're ready.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It needs to marinate.
So wait, so what is your favorite musical? If we're gonna nerd out on musical theater,
Okay. I wasn't ready to be asked this
you
question.
can do top three if you want. You can do top
Well,
three.
I think Sondheim is everything.
Okay,
Also, really
I
love
do love
cats.
Sondheim.
People hate cats. I love cats.
I appreciate Cats for what it is.
See, here we are. She hates cats.
I don't hate it, but it's about 2 minutes of plot stretched into 2 hours. So
Well, this podcast is about to hit 100 episodes, and the amount of guests who have come on here. Sherry Vine was on here
oh, I
famously,
love Sherry. Oh
and
my
me and
God.
her argued in her living room about cats. Hi, Sherry. I know you're not listening.
So when she was in New York, I was a cocktail server on her show at Industry Bar. That's how I know Sherry.
Oh,
I did not do drag. I was a boy, but I
she's
have
a
a
legend.
wonderful shirt of hers that says like "You're a whore" or something, and like a little speech bubble. It's really cute.
I love her a lot. She's a nice lady, and she's been very
She's a nice
she's a very
lady.
nice lady. I don't know. I went to her house once. I've been to her house a couple times, but it's just I went to her drag room.
Oh yeah.
Weird. It was just wild. I was like, this is how the sausage is made. This is how you do it. So it's nice. I
And then at
doubt
the
she
end of her
remembers
show,
me.
you see how the sausage was cooked.
And then consumed. Ooh, yeah. Her and Jackie B used to come into my day job,
Oh, work.
which was very interesting because I used to work at a retail store, a very large technology retail store that is named after a fruit.
Oh, okay.
One time they came in and they were like, "Where's the drag queen?" And everyone that was working there was like, "Oh, it's her." And I had to, of course, help her find a charger.
Oh my God.
And all she did was like pull a wire out of her bag and was like, "I need one of these." And I was like, "That's not even an Apple charger." Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Old
It's
ladies.
so fun. It's so fun.
It was fun. It was great. And they do the Golden Girls show. That's fun.
Yes.
Do you have like a bucket list musical that you haven't done yet that you want to be in?
Yeah, but you didn't answer what your favorite one is.
Did I not? Oh,
You
oh,
just said
I
Sondheim and Cats. That's
saw.
not an answer.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh, you know what? Okay, Hedwig.
Okay.
That's like my like in my 40s on Broadway I will do Hedwig.
Okay. Work.
That's my manifestation. I don't want to do Broadway or any like big theater gigs until I'm older.
So you're older.
Yes.
I'm almost 40. No,
I just
I'm
turned
not.
30, so I want to use this decade to maybe be able to pay my bills at some point.
Ooh, that'll never happen.
Plot twist, you're fucked. I don't know.
So my favorite musical is uh Odd. Most people look at me funny when I say it,
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
but it's actually South Pacific.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I've
I'm a
ever seen
Rodgers
it.
and Hammerstein baby. I love Rodgers and Hammerstein. And people read me for it all the time, and I'm like, that's okay. You go have trash taste. It's fine. Um,
It's just that
but
specific era of theater that I just am like, okay.
yeah, why it's my favorite is because I actually used to hate it. My dad like made me and my sisters watch the movie when we were little, and I was like, this is so stupid. Like, this is terrible. The movie is terrible. Um, and so I just hated it. And I went to New York on a college trip, and they got us tickets to that one. And I was miserable from the minute I knew we were going to see it because I was like, this show is so stupid because I was basing it off of the movie.
Hmm.
And like from the second the orchestra started playing, I was on the edge of my seat. Like I think I cried like 6 times. I just was so enthralled by it happening live, and they're like highlighting the really, I mean, how dark the show is. Because that's the thing about the time period it was made in is they were hired to distract people from what was going on in the world. They weren't hired to make art. They were hired to make distractions for the public so they wouldn't have to think about the wars and the depression and
Right. This was like
all
in the
of that stuff.
40s.
Yes, and but I mean, if you look at every Rodgers and Hammerstein's script, they're all dark. They're just kind of disguised by really fun, pretty music.
I mean, Hello Cinderella.
So yes, I mean, Oklahoma is. I mean, that's a story that is. I mean, the original play is about rape, and they kind of touch on that in the show, but they don't go super far into it because it was supposed to be a light, fluffy musical that was made for the general public in 1943. So it just, I appreciate the cleverness and the still putting a message into a show that wasn't meant to be a message show. Um, and the music is just gorgeous. Like, that overture is hands down the best overture that I just get goosebumps every time I listen to it. So, but I know it's not for everyone. I don't expect everyone to have the same favorite musical as me. So
Well,
that is fine.
I haven't seen it, so I need to see it now. Now I'm
There is a
intrigued.
recording of the Lincoln Center production that's the revival with Kelly O'Hara. Um, PBS did a recording of it, and it's great. There's nudity on stage in a Rodgers and Hammerstein show. There's nudity.
Stunning. Is it on Apple Music?
The soundtrack is for sure. But the you might be able to find the like live filmed recording on YouTube.
Yay. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Maybe it's phenomenal. Is it
You'll
better
probably
than
still have the
Cats?
same
Nah.
opinion.
Nah.
There's a lot less dancing, but it's great.
Yeah,
And then my
Cats is
second
like
favorite musical
dance.
is Hair, so it's quite the juxtaposition to South Pacific.
Oh yeah, Hair is fun. I love those like big spectacle musicals. Those are fun.
Yes. I was just in New York City last week or 2 weeks ago.
Did you get
And
to
I
see
saw
any
once
Broadway?
I did. I saw Once Upon a One More Time.
Oh my god, the Britney Spears musical.
Yes, which is it's not about Britney Spears, but it's all her music set to like fairy tale stories. And it was what it was supposed to be. It was a fun night of theater. It wasn't changing the world in any way, but it was very
Yeah.
fun.
That's kind of
And
how I
I
felt about Moulin Rouge.
that's what I was told. And I had heard differently about Moulin Rouge, like pre-COVID, and then after COVID, everyone was like, it's just kind of a
Yeah,
fun
it's
thing to
like a
watch.
big commercial. It's for people
So
who don't like musical theater, they're gonna love it because it's colorful and shiny.
That's fair. I also got to see Anne Juliet as well.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
It was really funny. Um, I guess I didn't realize one of the writers was one of the writers from Schitt's Creek. Um,
Oh.
and it makes a lot of sense. Like the style of humor that's in it is very Schitt's Creek.
Oh man, I need to see that. I still haven't seen Wicked.
What? I've seen it 6 times.
I've read the book. I have not seen it. Every time it comes
You'll
to LA,
you'll see the
it's too
movie.
hard to see.
You'll see the movie. It'll be great.
I hope I get to see the play before the movie, but at this rate,
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen.
And so the two shows I saw both basically opened with a ballad version of Hit Me Baby One More Time. And the
Ooh.
climactic number was They Were Both Stronger by Britney Spears.
Is this like a? I'm assuming it's a straight couple.
um yeah, for the most part.
Oh, oh, S spoilers, not the S
There
spoilers.
was just some light innuendo in some parts of the show that made you think, ooh, maybe it could be. I don't know.
It was very. How you doing?
But there were a lot of non-binary and gay representation in both of the shows, so that was nice.
I love that. Um, we're already approaching basically the end of our time together. I want to ask you about your podcast.
Oh, so I play Dungeons and Dragons with four straight men on a podcast called Eberron Renewed.
That is stunning. Honestly, you better infiltrate them from the inside, bitch.
It's very fun. We're recording Sunday, and I always look forward to it. It's just a really fun group of people, and we just have a good time.
Yes. Okay. Tell the people the name of your podcast one more time.
It's called Eberron Renewed. I'm not on campaign one, so don't listen to campaign one unless you just really want to. But I'm on all of the one shots and campaign two. So
How do you spell that?
Eberron, oh God, Eberron, I think, and then renewed, REN.
Wait, how do you spell new?
Yeah, EWED, renewed. I lost the spelling bee in third grade. Okay,
I have trauma about a lost spelling bee in the fourth grade. No, I think it was the fourth grade, and the word was bargain. And I'll
but
never
my word
forget
was
it.
rascal.
That's a harder word than bargain.
I'll never not know how to spell rascal from for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah, I still talk about it to this day. And they gave us a piece like a notepad to write down the words before we spelled them out loud, and I wrote it down correctly. I just read it wrong.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, that was the beginning of my flop era.
What do you think you're gonna get out of that one?
I think that was my peak, so I don't think that. I think that's it. I think that's all I
Oh,
get.
okay, good, good.
That's it. Have you ever been to DragCon?
No, I want to.
You
I
have
never have
to.
money.
Oh, yeah, well that helps.
During COVID, I was like a weird, responsible adult, and I like bought a house and a
Oh
Cadillac,
wow.
and now I'm just continuing to pay for those things because that's what you have to do. And I don't make as much money as I did during COVID, so
Wow. I mean, I aspire to own anything, and it seems like an impossibility in California, so good for you.
yeah,
You did it. You have equity.
yeah. Buy a house during a pandemic. That's my advice to anyone.
So what you're saying is we have to start another pandemic so I can buy a house.
Yeah, it won't be hard.
I just won't wash my tights for a few months and just
Oh
leave them out
God.
somewhere.
Yeah, that'll do it. I'll help.
Ugh.
I'll
Ugh.
help.
Goodness. I just washed my tights yesterday.
I actually
You
have to
never
get my
know.
washer fixed, so I was washing my tights in my bathtub.
I've done that before. I've definitely been Little Orphan Annie with a bowl of water and soup.
Yeah,
Yep,
down by the river doing my laundry.
you gotta do it. And I should be like fancy and have multiple sets of tights because I only wear four. for.
Not at $30 a pair. Capicio is just in the right business.
Yeah, it's insane. But if I'm smart, I can make a pair of tights last a year.
Yeah, mine lasts quite a while. I'm just really long,
Oh,
so
yeah.
the toes tear pretty easily. So
That sucks. How do you get shoes?
I'm a woman's like 14, 15. So I get like a basic heel off Amazon. I spray paint it or I cover it in fabric or whatever.
I had a former guest, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. She was telling me that she wears like a 16 in women's.
Yeah, pleasers, I think you can get
Yeah, I think that was what
up
she said.
there.
Just please her.
Only maker isn't a bad option if you have like 6 weeks to wait.
Oh, yeah, that shit takes
Uh,
forever.
but I found out they have an Amazon store for Only Maker that I guess if you order through their website, they like make the shoe for you. But if you, I don't know, if you order through Amazon, they only sell what they already have made. So it's like a little faster through Amazon, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's a great
So,
tip for all the girlies, all you Bigfoot with your concrete slappers.
and that could be totally false what I said, but that's what I'm assuming is happening. So,
Well, here we tell lies.
yeah, that's how we
Here
get
on
through the
Hey
day.
Girl, we only tell popular falsehoods.
I was really confident saying it though, so it might be true.
I believed it. No one's gonna prove it wrong or right. Nobody's gonna look into it, so it's fine. Well,
We'll see.
we have approached the end of our time together. Oh, everybody say, "Oh, I don't have a sad I only have applause." This is, this is all. Yeah.
I'll say, oh,
Oh,
I've had fun.
I've had a great time.
Good.
Will you tell the people of the internet where they can find you?
Absolutely. My address is, no, I'm kidding. I am on Instagram at the Patty BouRey, ThePattyBourey. There are two of us. There's one in Boston. I'm not her. I'm also on Facebook, Patty BouRey. I'm on TikTok, Patty BouRey, and you can find my Venmo and Cash App at those iterations of Patty BouRey as well. So
Fierce. Don't send money to the girl in Boston.
yeah, she actually messaged me to change my name. So
Well, that's not gonna work.
well, it also didn't happen, and then I won a national title, so it's fine.
So joke's on her. Change your name to Stepball Change, bitch.
We chat a little bit. She seems fun, but we've never met, so
I mean, now you're the dancing diva.
oh god, that's part of the joke. I don't dance, so
Me either, so you're good. I don't do shit but walk around and take money.
amen.
It's fine. Well, you can follow the podcast at HeyGirlPod on Instagram. You can email the podcast at HeyGirlPod@gmail.com. You can call me and leave me a voicemail at 424-431-1456. You can follow me everywhere at Jordan Jayro. That's JordanJayro. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok and on YouTube now. Isn't that fun? We're putting the episodes on YouTube. How stunning.
I love YouTube.
Love that. You should follow me everywhere. You should rate and review this podcast. Give me 5 stars and write something nice. Lie if you have to. I don't care. Please follow both of us on our social media. I am currently taking a break from my mental health to focus on my social media. So if you could follow me, that would be great.
And I'm currently abusing my mental health and working my butt off. So book me, please.
Yay! It's all mental illness, love.
That's all drag is.
That's really all it is. Maybe the conservatives are right. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
don't tell the conservatives that. Don't tell them
Just
they're right.
kidding. Mitch McConnell and his geriatric ass.
Oh,
I hope he drowns in a sip of water. That's mean. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. I didn't say that.
that's hateful to the water.
Poor water. Poor water didn't stand a chance. Oh my goodness. Okay, any last thoughts before we end this? Or do we just end on
gosh.
that?
I think that's the best thing that's going to happen.
Fierce. Well, thank you all for listening, and until next time, have a fabulous life. Bye-bye. Come on, audience.
Yeehaw!